welcome back to the Baker STEM Lab. I am so excited about this new lesson I just came across, and we're gonna have a lot of fun. I realized in the last video that I never even introduced myself. My name is Mr. Farrell. I'm the Baker STEM Lab teacher. You've heard of Bill Nye, the science guy. Well, I am Mr. Farrell, the STEM Herald. What is a herald? A herald is an official messenger bringing news, and my news is STEM rocks. You're gonna like STEM a lot, I hope, because I wanna do the best I can to make it an enjoyable experience for all of us. So what is STEM? Think to yourself, what is STEM? Even if you know what it stands for, think about what each word means. What is STEM? If you said science, technology, engineering, and math, you are correct. And we're going to be using all of these together to help solve our STEM challenges. Boom! As we go. Ooh, I see. Oh my gosh. Look at that teamwork. Lots of motion.
I know this.
And we're going to be talking a lot about STEM challenges and what a challenge is. And I want to start off by talking about this. So look at that picture there for a minute. We've got Steve and we've got Sally. So what does attitude have to do with these two? What kind of attitude does Steve have? What kind of attitude does Sally have? And who's going to be more successful with this problem? If you said Sally, you're right. Rather than, oh, my car's not working, whining, complaining about it, Sally's already thinking about how to find it and fix it. We'll be talking a lot about find it and fix it this year. But for right now, I want to focus on the attitude. So a positive attitude allows you to find out what the problem is, come up with ideas, and then we're going to use what's called the engineering design process. More about that one later on. Are we always going to be successful? Is it always going to work? No, and that is great because we learn from our mistakes as we go along. So we're going to prepare ourselves for a couple of really good ideas and then a whole bunch of just ideas that didn't work out. I love this quote. Innovation is the ability to see change as an opportunity, not a threat. So this whole quarantine thing right now, a lot of people are really upset about it, and I understand, but instead of whining about it, we could come up with new ideas, new ways to teach, new ways to learn. And as Einstein said, we cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. This is a new problem. This is a new challenge we need to find solutions to. And failure is a big part of that. Probably the most famous innovator in the world right now, Elon Musk, who brought us Tesla and SpaceX and the Boring Company and a bunch of other cool things. He said, failure is an option here. If things are not failing, you're not innovating enough. But we're going to push ourselves to be creative and come up with solutions that might not work. Lord Kelvin, oh my gosh, this guy was brilliant, very successful. And he said, heavier than air flying machines are impossible. This was in 1895. 1903, 1904, less than 10 years later, the Wright brothers proved him completely wrong. So nothing is impossible. The word itself, I love this, says, I'm possible. I'm possible. So what we're talking about here is attitude, having a positive attitude. The only way to discover the limits of what's possible is to go beyond them into the impossible. So we're going to find our boundaries. There is no innovation and creativity without failure. So we're going to be taking some risks this year. It always seems impossible until it's done. Whether you think you can or you think you cannot, you're right. Think about that for a minute. If you think you can, you're right. If you think you cannot, you're right. So it all comes down to what? Your attitude. All right, today's activity. Oh my gosh, paper airplane trick shots. I found this video super cool. You should check it out. We're not doing candles. Do not light candles. That is an adult thing. So 3 rules about paper airplane trick shot challenge. Number 1, be safe. Throw your paper airplane at objects, not at people. So safety first. Choose to use a positive attitude. Start easy and gradually challenge yourself. So if you're getting frustrated, maybe you're doing something that's too difficult, maybe back up a little bit and then try it again an easier way. And number 3, share your best results with us on Flipgrid. I can't wait to see what you post on Flipgrid of your results from this activity.
All right, what kind of trick shots are we going for here? Well, you might go for distance. How far can you get yours to go? Obviously, the wind and the weather's a factor. You might go for, can you get yours to land, your paper airplane land inside of something? I don't know how he did that. That's amazing. You could get your paper airplane to bounce off the table and then go into an object. I wonder how many tries that took. And then, ooh, backwards over the head. Or I'm going to show you how to make a boomerang airplane so you can make it curve around. Or crisscross. Ooh, and knock some towers down. Bounce off the wall, make a basket. You'll notice different airplanes for this. Some go straight and some curve. I'm going to show you how to do both. Ooh. Is that luck or is that skill? This one's insane. I don't know how. Oh my gosh. How many times it took me to do that. How they're able to make that work. That's amazing. And then there's one for delivery. Even a little one can do it. Under the rope. Through the hoop. There's that boomerang plane I was telling you about. We'll be building that one sometime. This one, I don't know. I haven't tried this one yet, but I think it's pretty interesting. Paper clips on the front of the plane and pop a balloon. Ooh, 3 points downtown.
All right, for this challenge, you're going to need one piece of paper. It doesn't matter if it's printer paper, or if it's construction paper, or if it's just notebook paper.
Okay, Baker Bears, press pause, get your piece of paper. When you're ready, press play.
When I first started this project, I used to think that this kind of plane was the straightest, fastest, best flying straight plane. Turns out, I have discovered that this one goes straighter and farther, and it's just a cooler plane. So I'm going to show you guys today how to make the straight flyer. And what you're going to do is just get one piece of paper, doesn't matter what kind. We're going to fold it in half the way we normally do, hot dog style. And if you need to take a little extra to make sure that your corners are lined up. It took me a long time to figure out when I was a kid how to make the fold in half. All right, you're gonna open it back up and you're gonna fold it the way we normally do again, step 2, by making what looks like the roof of a house. This part also took me a while to figure out how to make it symmetrical. And then here's where things get interesting. I'm going to take the roof here and I'm going to fold it down, and I'm not going to go to the bottom, and I'm not going to go too far up. I'm going to go about, in this case, 1, 2, 3 lines from the bottom. If you don't have line paper, that is okay. You definitely do want this much parallel here and on the other side as well, about 1.5 lines parallel there. And then I'm going to take this corner, and again I'm going to fold it down toward the middle. Line it up with that center crease, and same thing with this one. I'll line it up with that. Uh-oh, I see I'm off somehow. I'm going to have to figure out how to line that back up again. There we go. You just make some adjustments to line that up. And then you can have this little triangle down here at the bottom. What you want to do is you want to fold that up. And I'm going to do it this way so you can see it better.
fold it up and then over those two corners, and so it kind of holds everything in place. All right. And then once again, I'm going to take this side and I'm going to line it up with that middle crease. And then the same thing on the other side. Uh-oh. Put that back under the triangle there. And bring this back over. Okay, and this is where things are really interesting. This is the part where you normally would make the body of the plane, but it's already in there. All you do is fold it in half. And then the body's already there. And this is your straight line flying plane.
Going as gentle as I could.
Whoa, there we go. Nice.
Mine was the farthest.
All right.
It's like a hawk.
Yep, it's soaring.
Look at mine. Ah!
Nice.
It turned over there. Where'd it go?
There you go, let it go, let it go, there you go. There you go, see?
You could have caught it outside. Did you write names on these?
No, I did not. That would have been a good idea.
This one has straight line. I'm gonna try and catch it. Or not. Oh gosh! It actually down the street! I almost caught it.
Nice gentle throw.
I'm gonna try and
Whoosh. All right. Whoop. Whoa. Nice, it's still going. All right, Ben.
This is so much fun. Dang it.
Yeah, let's try it. Remember, choose to use a positive attitude. We'll try it again.
So originally we thought it should be going like this, but then we forgot this triangle part should be holding these two flaps right here.
So the triangle has an important job, a little triangle, to hold the flaps in there.
And now
There you go.
it works perfectly.
Action. Woo, much farther. Woo, I caught it. All right, next. Woo, beautiful, nice catch.
Okay, this one works surprisingly well, and it's really easy to make. So we're gonna make a tube plane here. I'm gonna start off with your regular paper. Again, you can use line paper or plain white. And what you need to do is make a square. And the way we make a square is by folding this down. Right angle here. And this piece I don't need, so I'm just gonna cut it off. And when I open it up, you'll see that I have a square shape. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to that same fold and make sure it's nice and symmetrical with the other half. All right, and then we're going to take this part and we're going to fold it. There's not a complete measurement. I like to line up the lines here. I'm going to go a little bit further like this and line up the lines. If you don't have lines, that's okay. This is about 2 fingers thickness. I really should get a ruler and measure, but I don't know if it matters that much. It lines up exactly like this. So now it looks like a sailboat or a hat. And then I'm going to take the ends here, this triangle and this triangle, and I'm going to curl this around, and you'll see how one can fit inside the other. And I'm just going to slide that up kind of until it stops. and it makes actually a really nice hold there. And now I'm just gonna use my fingers to curl this. Let's see if I can do it this way so the camera can see. To make the circle shape, or in this case, cylinder shape, around and around and around. And it does a good job holding itself. You can, of course, if you want to, put some tape, a teeny little piece of tape on here. Wouldn't put too much because you don't want to change the weight and balance things. And then when it's time to fly this cylinder flyer, you're going to just hold the tail and then let go like this. And you want to stand on top of a chair, hold it up high. And when you let go, it'll drop it first, and then it'll kind of swoop, which is really cool. You could try and throw it, you could try different things, of course, but I find the best results are just to hold it by the tail, not this way, but with the tail on the bottom down here, and then hold it up high, then let go, and watch it swoop. And then, you know, for bonus points, see if you can get it to land on a table, or in a chair, or in your STEM toolbox, or in a basket, something fun like that, just to give it a challenge. Good luck, and I cannot wait to see your results on Flipgrid. That's it for part 1 of the Paper Airplane Trick Shot Challenge. Continue practicing straight flying airplanes, and then next time, part 2, we'll work on the boomerang airplane.